Hello, people. How's it going? Well, me and Doctor Who of the show, anyway, were born in the same year, 1963. I discovered Doctor Who when I lived in Orlando, Florida. And yes, Tom Baker was my favorite. Well, he was one of my favorite. Well, he was in the beginning. He was my first Doctor. I mean, what is there not to like about Tom Baker? I mean, I like Doctor Who. I like science fiction. This is the book I have. This book only goes up to the first year of Matt Smith. So it doesn't have the War Doctor with John Hurt. It leaves out, it doesn't have Capaldi, who is my favorite Doctor of the new series. And no, I do not like the present Doctor, nor the one before him. Those two are not the Doctor. I'm not sure what they are, but they are not the Doctor. They're not these people. I like Doctor Who. I don't like the last three or two. I mean, those are the Doctor. Okay? That's the Doctor. In all his incarnations. But anyway, I like this show. I've always liked this show. I like the Cybermen. Well, I like the Cybermen, but I like the Daleks more. I always liked the Daleks. I always thought the Daleks were kind of cool enemy. The Ice Warriors were cool. The Cybermen were okay. I never got much really into the Cybermen as much as they tried to make them. Some of the episodes were good. The classic era Cybermen were probably better than the new era Doctor Who. I like the new era Doctor Who. I like Matt Smith. I like David Tennant's Doctor, but David Tennant unfortunately has become, I'm not sure what he's become, but I think he's forgotten who the Doctor Who fans were. And I just think he's forgotten that the Doctor Who fans made him what he is, which is unfortunate. Matt Smith doesn't seem to. Matt Smith doesn't want anything to do with any of this woke nonsense. Because I like Matt Smith. He's like a pretty nice guy. And of course, I have my favorite companions of the old series. The old series would have been Romana. I loved Romana. I mean, come on. What's there not to like about Romana? Yeah, let's see. Just a minute. I gotta find a picture of you-know-who. There she is. Lala Ward. Oh, I love Lala Ward. I had a crush on her. She was so beautiful. I really liked her as the Doctor's companion. Tegan drove me crazy. Nyssa was okay. Adric, I would have pushed out the airlock. I'm sorry, I would have. I liked Perry, but that was with the fifth and sixth Doctor. But I liked Perry. I liked the Daleks. There are some of his enemies. The fourth Doctor. I like this book. This book is cool. I mean, let's see. I like the Master. I really did like the Master. I like the guy who played him the second time. He is probably my favorite classic Doctor. The classics Doctor, Peter Davison. I loved him in All Creatures Great and Small as Tristan. I used to watch that show all the time also in Florida when I was there. Great show. I liked him as the Doctor. I just did. I found him I liked him as a Doctor. I don't know why. I liked his clothes. But Devereaux, the Ice Warriors I enjoyed. I like the Ice Warriors. Sea Devils, not so much because I really didn't see a lot of them. The Sontarans, they were okay. The Sontarans were sort of just big, large, lumpy guys. They're okay. They weren't Daleks, and they weren't Ice Warriors. The Weeping Angels are good. I like the Weeping Angels. The Weeping Angels are good. Because that's the Matt Smith era. I like the Matt Smith era. If I had to pick an era other than Capaldi, Matt Smith might be first. I think Matt Smith would be my first Doctor. Capaldi the second. See, I would have a hard time because I like both of them. I think they do a very good job. Not all their stories were perfect and wonderful, but I didn't like a lot of their stories. I liked it when he met Winston Churchill. Those were good episodes. Matt Smith's version. I liked it when the Vincent Van Gogh episode. is very good, and that just that's an episode that will bring tears to your eyes. I mean, there's Pond, and yes, and there's Rory. I like Rory, but Amy Pond, I love redheads. I love redheads. Karen Gillan is very good. She's a very good actress, by the way. Also in the Guardians of the Galaxy, playing Nebula. She's good in The Cultist, the movie. Very good in that horror movie. Oh yes, and there's River Song. Got to love River Song. I'm just having fun. Good grief. My ability to line up the. I always forget what side of the angle I'm on. No, never mind. Anyways, but the first Doctor. I mean, this book basically covers the first 50 years. See on the cover all the different villains: the Weeping Angels, the Sontarans, the Cybermen, the Daleks, of course, Omega. I mean, if I like all the companions, no. Some of them did actually literally drove me crazy. I love Jamie. Jamie was good. I liked him. I liked the Scotsman that he was. I liked Zoe, and I liked the second Doctor. I'm not sure if I had to have a tier, the top three of the classic era, it would be Peter Davison, Patrick Troughton, and then Colin Baker. Look. I know Colin Baker literally was. He didn't have a very good run because the writing was bad, and I don't think they knew what to do with him. But I didn't like him as the Doctor. I liked the show. That's science fiction. That was good writing. That was science fiction writing. That was character writing. That was the character development. That was telling good stories. Unlike when it became after Capaldi left. Yes, there you go. There's another good picture of them. I like this book. This book is very important. Has all the episodes, the years, the seasons. There's the first Doctor, and I repeat, the first Doctor. Okay, this is the first Doctor. Only the first, not that other person who wasn't. I tried to watch the Jodie era Doctor Who. I watched the first season. That's as far as I got. The stories are terrible. The politicalization messages were constant. The characters were written badly. There was nothing Doctor about her, let alone never how you say his name. The present Doctor. The present sort of Doctor. He's not the Doctor. He didn't regenerate. That would mean that David Tennant is still the Doctor. But anyway, it's I like Doctor Who. I like the classical era because they were good stories. They were fun stories. They were interesting stories. They get great character development. Great characters. And not all the characters were good. I literally didn't like Edric. I found his character annoying. Just did. I love K9. Robot Dog, come on. Robot Dog is wonderful. But that was when Doctor Who was good. I mean, it was good when Russell T. Davies brought it back. He isn't now. Now he's just, I don't know what he is, but now he's an activist. He's not a producer of good stories, but when he originally brought it back, Christopher Eklund was very good. I liked him as the Ninth Doctor. Yeah, Ninth Doctor. I like the one movie of the Eighth Doctor. I thought that was very good. I liked him, even though he only has one episode, really. I like David Tennant. I liked him as the Doctor. He was good. It was fun to watch. He was made a very good Doctor. Rose Tyler, who cannot like Rose Tyler. But, well, I don't want to get into it really. Because I think in a lot of ways, some of these actors who've come back to do the latest version really have just stabbed the fans in the back. Really have taken the characters that they created and destroyed them and really made them out worse, something they're not. I mean, River Song, what's her name? Alex Kingston, another beautiful woman. I loved her as River Song was wonderful. I loved her as River Song. But she won't be in the show. Last time I checked, I heard that she will not be in the new Doctor Who series. I like Sylvester McCoy. I liked him as the Doctor. I thought it was very good. I loved Ace. I thought she was a very good companion. These are all stories, though. The stories is why I liked it. It was very science fiction-y. There was a lot of history. Oh my god, it was sort of campy and corny at times, particularly the earlier episodes. If you've ever watched the early episodes, and I mean the William Hartnell episodes, they are corny. And don't get me wrong, I have seen the Peter Cushing version of Doctor Who, but he's not Doctor Who. He's just a scientist who developed a time machine. It's called Doctor Who and the Daleks and Doctor Who Invasion of the Daleks, but it has nothing to do with the original Doctor. But they're still fun to watch as long as you realize it's very campy. It's Peter Cushing. If you can't like Peter Cushing, don't watch it. If he is playing rather a questionable, bumbling scientist. Let's see. John Pertwee, I liked him. He wasn't one of my favorites. I liked all the Doctors. If I had a tier, I'm not sure where I would put him. But I already told you the top three. I liked him. He was okay. He was good. I liked his son. If you ever see his son, when he was in the Gotham series, he looked so much like his dad. He could have played his dad in a Doctor Who episode. That's how good he was. Sarah Jane was always good. See ya. Sarah Jane Smith. Brigadier Elizabeth Stewart. All cool characters, all well written. There's the Master. K9. I think, sorry. Oh, yes, Omega. The dinosaurs. I have not, and the Ice Warriors, I like the Ice Warriors. I just think they're cool. Let's see. Doctors. Trying to find some decent pictures of Peter Davis, his characters. Some more. This book is a must-have. If you want to know some of the history of the first 50 years of Doctor Who. I mean, this book does end on the first year of Matt Smith. I mean, it does. I mean, let's see. Killer Angels. That's a book. Weeping Angels. Let's see. There's 2010. Those are all the episodes of that year from Matt Smith's first year. This book has that. This book has all the episodes of all the Doctors. It doesn't have John Hurt as the War Doctor because it was after this. But there we go. That's good. When he asked Amy Pond. I like Amy Pond. Amy Pond's one of my favorite characters. Rose Tyler is one of my favorite characters. Rory was actually a pretty good character, actually. Trying to think of any decenter ones. Martha was okay. I part of my problem with Martha was they seemed to want to make a love story out of it. And I just bored me, and I just didn't care. And by the way, me and Martha have the same birthday. We both have March 20th, 1963, I believe. Let me check real fast. I know it's March 20th. And there's the 8th Doctor. He's in here. I don't remember if I liked this movie a whole lot. I didn't mind it. It was a Doctor Who thing, so I didn't care. Let me think. I got to find Martha Jones. It's about the app before Martha Jones thing. Probably, now that I think about it. I don't think Martha Jones showed up yet, but yeah. Queen Nefertiti. Then there's Clara. Oh, Clara. I like Clara. I'm sorry. I am a very big fan of Jenna Coleman. I think she's a very good actress, and I do think she's lovely. I don't remember. Trying to remember. It's been a while since I've seen a Matt Smith episode, so I'm going by. By the way, more pictures. Oh yes, the actress who plays Martha Jones in the movie, me and her have the same birthday, March 20th. I really should know her name, but I don't. Let's see, more Doctor Who. There's the first of the Cybermen. I like good stories, which is why I like Doctor Who. I like good science fiction. I like good science fiction that talks about history. Matt Smith's stuff was fun. He was a very, you just had the distinct impression that he was going to erupt any second now, and he was controlling it. His Doctor, anyway. I mean, I liked the one where the three doctors with John Hurt, Matt Smith, and David Tennant, and Clara. I liked that one. That was a good episode. I really did like it. One of my favorite episodes, though, will always be about the Doctor and Vincent. When when Amy wants to go see Vincent Van Gogh. That is probably one of the best episodes. One of the best episodes is when they go meet Vincent Van Gogh. It is excellent. And the actor who plays him is the same actor who plays the Invisible Man in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. But they meet Winston Churchill. They met H.G. Wells. They met Agatha Christie. That would be David Tennant and Donna Noble. The H.G. Wells one was Colin Baker and Perry. Yeah, Perry. But I remember quickly. And you too. I mean, the episodes were cool. They were all cool. They were written well. And that's what's missing in the last two incarnations of the Doctor. Good writing, and everything else. What's more? Might be too far away, but I always liked Zoe. She was lovely. And Jamie, he was a great character. I don't remember ever seeing any episodes of Victoria. And then they met the Yeti. Oh, the Macra. Giant crabs. Every time I see the Macra, or actually every time I see the Attack of the Giant Crab Monsters, which is a Roger Corman film, I think of the Macra. Same difference. They're big giant crabs. Patrick Troughton, which is, he's in a lot of other movies. It's always amazing how many movies you'll see him in. Treasure Island in the 1950s. I believe it's Jason and the Argonauts. He plays the blind man who gets attacked by the harpies. He was in Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger, isn't it? Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger. The last one. See, Sinbad, all the voice of Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger, because Tom Baker is in the Golden Voyage, if I remember correctly. Which is kind of interesting, because Tom Baker is in one Sinbad movie. It's already 18, almost 20 minutes already. I like this show. I do have a TARDIS up there. I do have my little TARDIS about that big. And I have my little Matt Smith figure. I do have an Amy Pond figure, but it's a different company made one. Right next to my Batgirl figure. Yes, I'm a nerd. I'm a 61-year-old nerd, and I have toys. I'm allowed to have toys. What was I talking about? Oh, talking about other characters that might be interesting. But yeah, probably my very first crush watching Doctor Who character was her. I blame her. She was lovely. She married Stephen tells me. I think it was who she married. It was it'll come to me eventually. But yeah, I just loved her. I thought she was great. Doctor Who. There's the Mara. There's the Ronnie. Oh, there. I like him. I don't care what anybody says. Grief. I don't care what anybody says. I like the guy. I like Colin Baker. I like him more than I like Tom Baker. I like the character. But Colin Baker would be on my top 3 list of my favorite old school doctors. The Nurse Perry. Let's see. All the Verboids. Yeah. It's in the Verboids. Terror of the Verboids. And there's Sylvester. But anyway, I can be doing this all day long, and who really cares? I like the writing. I like science fiction. I like good stories. Which, unfortunately, the last 2 incarnations of the Doctor, which isn't the Doctor, because Peter Capaldi was the last Doctor. I don't care what anybody tells me. Or anybody cares. I'm sorry. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the last Doctor was Peter Capaldi. And his last episode was pretty good. When he went back, when him and the first Doctor met and so on and so forth. That was a very good episode. That was a very good episode. I suppose I should do my favorite episodes of each Doctor, but I won't do that now, though. But I liked all his stories. The thing is about Doctor Who was it was good stories. Yeah, it was corny, it was campy, it was silly sometimes. Sometimes you could see the wheels underneath the Daleks as they're pedaling them on. But that's what made it so fun. That's what made it so enduring. It was science fiction at its best and campiest. And then sometimes at its worst. Because there were some episodes that really, really were kind of silly. The Black Orchid. Actually, yeah, that would be one of those episodes. Not one of the better ones. And I like Peter Davison. I like him in All Creatures Great and Small, playing Tristan Parliament. But and he was very good in Campion. I liked him in the TV show, BBC show, when he was playing the Detective Campion. I don't have a book. I keep trying to find a book. I forget who, Marjorie something. But anyway, I like the show. Sorry, I like the show. I'm not sorry. I have figures. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm a kid at heart. I'm a 61-year-old nerd. I do have a Doctor Who shirt. I actually have 2. I do have a TARDIS. When it came to me in the mail, it was making that noise, that lovely sound. I'm sure the mailman must have wondered what the is in this box. Unless he was a Doctor Who fan, he'd figure it out. But anyway, I may do another episode on Doctor Who. I may start recollecting Doctor Who episodes and do videos on those. Because there were some good ones. The series, what's happened to the series in the last 2 incarnations of the Doctor, so-called Doctor, is a disgrace. It's not good writing. It's politics. It's wokeism. It's diversity. It's anything other than good storytelling. You can have those things, but have it be a good story. That would be nice. And that's what these were. These were good stories. Even the bad ones were better than some of the ones in the last 2 incarnations of the so-called Doctor. Because the last Doctor was Peter Capaldi. But anyway. It's a good book to have, good resource material. I guarantee you should have it. Well, thank you for listening to my ramblings. But anyway, do I have anything else? No. All right. I'm probably trying to do one more video in about 30 minutes to an hour. I'm trying to watch something at the moment on my YouTube channel. My bird feeder is being visited by a sparrow. These little freeloaders certainly do like my bird feeder. Yeah, freeloaders. Get a job. Okay. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Behave yourselves, people, because this Time Lord will not. Later.